to the third and final part of my trailer research, and this time I'll be analysing the trailers for Sicario, The Wolf of Wall Street, Black Mass and Narcos. Hope you enjoy.
State Department is pulling an agent that specializes in responding to escalated cartel activity.
This is not my department.
FBI!
You want to be a part of this?
Do we get an opportunity at the men responsible for today?
The men who are really responsible for today.
Ever been to Juarez before?
We're going to El Paso, right? You're not American.
No.
What do you work for now?
Well, I go where I'm sent. Every day across that border, people are killed with his blessing. To find them would be like discovering a vaccine.
Nothing will make sense to your American ears.
But in the end, you will understand.
Spotter vehicle, left lane.
Spotter vehicle, 9 o'clock.
Get your weapon out.
I'm not a soldier. This is not what I do.
Juarez is what happens when they dig in. This is it.
Gotta be careful around these people. CIA is not supposed to work this side of the fence.
Just want to know what I'm getting into.
You will not survive here.
You use me as bait. Freeze!
You saw things you shouldn't have seen.
He works for the competition.
Providing a measure of order that we could control.
I'm gonna tell everyone what you did.
That would be a major mistake.
The trailer starts off with an overwhelmingly spaced out landscape, with it set in the scene with a bird's eye view shot being used to establish the landscape and almost glides over as if it's a bird. We are then introduced to the main protagonist, an FBI agent named Kate Mesa that is starting to tackle the problem of drug trade and crime in Mexico. You see a lot of criminals, so it isn't clear who the main antagonist is, and I love how the constant monologue between the female lead, Kate, and her colleagues is set over the scenes non-diegetically. But as the dialogue stops, the scenes become more violent with a lot of gunfire being exchanged between the protagonist and the criminals. There's a lot of realism throughout the trailer, as it's modern and it isn't set in an era that the audience aren't living in, so the use of weaponry, costume and setting are ultra realistic and have to be up to date, along with the titles which are seen in Spanish but then quickly change into English. This is very subtle, but it's been done on purpose, as Spanish is the native language that the criminals in the film speak. What I really like about the trailer is how it's focused around the protagonist, Kate Mesa, and the US forces that she is part of. And the trailer has been used to show the point of view, as it's the most realistic, as it's easy to make up criminals as they could be anyone and they could be pure fiction. But the FBI and soldiers that fight the Sicarios are so realistic, they're almost as if you're being taken into the action by the female lead Kate in the most realistic way possible. A crime film to be shot through the point of view of the FBI isn't non-conventional, but it's still a great insight into how the real agency is run and what they tackle in terms of criminals. And it also is very conventional as well, because a lot of films have done this, for example End of Watch, and it's been pulled off very well, because although it's fictional, it's still so realistic and you expect it to be set in the modern time.
I need to know everything you know about the Winter Hill Gang, and specifically what you know about your former boss and now fugitive, James Whitey Bulger.
Let's start. In the beginning, Jim was a small-town player. He's a very smart, disciplined man.
Take your shot, but make it your best. Because I get up, I eat you.
And the next thing you know, he's a damn kingpin. You know why? Because the FBI let it happen.
I grew up with Jimmy and his brother Billy, the senator, and that is a bond that doesn't get broken. Your brother is wading into some very dark waters. Jimmy's business is Jimmy's business. We all need friends. Even Jimmy, even you. I can help you, Jimmy, and you can help me. It's an alliance. We get the FBI to fight our wars, and we do whatever we want to do. For success. Just getting started.
Till it's gone. Boom! I jump to the sky for my people. I walk through the
Bulger's playing this. Making a fool of the Bureau.
We're in too deep. And he knows it.
Come around me telling me I changed.
God help us.
How come no one has nailed Whitey Bulger? He seems to be involved in every crime in the city, and yet the Bureau keeps saying he's clean.
Well, what's Bulger done?
What's he done? Everything.
I'm not the trash can, not the last man at the finish line now.
You cannot say that to me.
On the block that you can just follow and push around. I'm not the
changing job.
in the haystack that you finally found. This ain't no free rent, come and put your 10 in, time it down.
If he gives me his word, he will keep it.
Oh, oh, till it's gone. Oh, oh, till it's gone.
It is clear that this film isn't set in the modern era from the offset, as you see an old tape recorder, and you also get the essence that there's some criminal activity involved between the person that is talking to the detective, and you're instantly drawn to the main character because others are talking about how notorious he is, and he is the main focus of the trailer, but he isn't talking to the audience, he is merely a mysterious individual that will leave the audience wonder who he is and what he is like. It's obvious that he's a criminal, and that James Bulger is a fugitive. The non-diegetic music complements the monologue coming from Kevin, who worked under Bulger at one point in the film. He explains how he's a small-time player, but then he quickly changed into a kingpin, and the titles that explain how the film was based on a true story complements the main character, James Bulger, as the audience already know that he must be so notorious to have a film made about him, but you don't see an awful lot of Bulger, but you still see him with fellow criminals and with his brother who is also a Senate. It is very non-conventional for a trailer to have the main character not engage with the audience. And this is usually the opposite of what happens in most crime trailers, as usually you have the main character being this focus point, rather than him being shot from a third person point of view. This doesn't mean it's a bad trailer, however, but it leaves a lot of the actual film to be discovered, which is also a great thing to do in marketing a film and something that I should remember for my trailer. I think that James Bulger is just like he is in the trailer as he is in the film, shot from the third person point of view and showing how sort of locked away his personality is throughout the majority of the film. I watched the film after seeing the trailer, and I was so interested in Johnny Depp's performance as a fearsome criminal, and I really like how the trailers kept James Bulger under wraps, because you see him shot from a third person point of view just like in the film, so you have to almost watch the film to see what he is like, as you don't see an awful lot about him as you do compared to other trailers like Goodfellas and The Wolf of Wall Street. You don't see James talking or negotiating as such, you see him at his violent best, which is critical for gaining an audience, as the most shocking scenes paired with dialogue about Bulger make for great effect, as you get exactly what you expect to see, and it makes you want to watch the full film once the trailer's been released, and once the trailer has actually ended, just like I did.
My name is Jordan Belfort. The year I turned 26, I made $49 million, which really pissed me off because it was $3 shy of $1 million a week.
We're making a name for ourselves.
Nobody knows if the stock is gonna go up, down, sideways, or in circles. You know what a fugazi is?
Oh, Fugazi, it's fake.
Yeah, fugazi, fugazi, it's a wazi, it's a woozy, it's a fairy dust.
Was all this legal? Absolutely not. We were making more money than we knew what to do with.
We don't work for you, man.
You have my money taped to your boobs. Technically, you do work for me.
What's wrong, Daddy?
But watching you bring home.
Oh my God. FBI, any kind of booze you might want?
No, the Bureau forbids us from drinking.
Duh.
So follow me, I could about to go. I'm doing 500, I'm out of control. but there's nowhere to go, and there's no way to slow. If I knew what I knew in the past, I would have been blacked out on your.
How does this actually work?
There's a big money sign.
They get launched at the time they stick.
This is their gift, okay? They're built to be thrown like a lawn dart.
1, 2, 3.
Stop. Okay?
Safety first.
Safety is first. We don't want to get a bad reputation.
And I'm zoning, I think I'm possessed. It's an omen, I keep it 300. Like the Romans, 300. Where the Trojans, baby, be living in the moment. I've been a menace for the longest. And you know it, and you know it, and you know it, and you know it.
Come on.
The trailer starts off very fast-paced, that fits perfectly and in time with the music by Kanye West. It instantly sets the scenes in a very non-conventional way, as there are several street signs and monuments from Wall Street, using several establishing shots of where the main character, Jordan Belfort, makes his money and works. Jordan first introduces himself, stating how he almost made $1 million a week the year he turned 26, and he also says how it annoyed him, how it was 3 shy of 52 million, instantly letting you know how successful he is and what he's like as a person, as he's almost a perfectionist as such. He is a comical con man, and the trailers start off very fast-paced, just like the lifestyle that Jordan lives. Almost every scene is shot in a luxury building with champagne and fast cars, so it's very clear that this is a different crime film and isn't your usual violence and murder. It's fraudulent activities, and there is still law enforcement involved in the storyline, making it a cat and mouse chase between Belfort and the police who have noticed his major wealth. The trailer starts off just like the film, the constant narration of Jordan, and how it goes back in time from when he starts out to when he is named a Wolf of Wall Street by a major newspaper. I love how the film's trailer is upbeat, and it's just like Jordan's personality, funny, eccentric and fast-paced. The trailer does a fantastic job of showing Jordan's party lifestyle, as you barely ever see him at work, but when he is, he's talking to the workers for his motivational speeches, talking how to safely throw a dwarf at a dartboard, which shows how he doesn't really take his job seriously, as he's so rich and he doesn't need to do so. The trailer is funny and really emphasises the nature of Jordan's lifestyle, and this draws attention from the audience because it's so different, and it's also similar to Goodfellas, both directed by Martin Scorsese, so you can really see a similarity, as it has the main character talking to the audience throughout the whole of the film. And this is great for a trailer, as the connection between Jordan and the audience takes from a good film to maybe watch to a must-see film. The Wolf of Wall Street is a modern classic, and the trailer is the perfect advert of why people should watch the film, which is based on a true story.
Imagine you were born in a poor family, in a poor country, and by the time you were 28 years old, you have so much money you can't even count it.
Señores, yo soy Pablo Emilio Escobar Gaviria, haciendo negocios, así que pues fresco. Ustedes eligen plata o plomo.
But I don't want to get ahead of myself. I'm Steve Murphy, drug enforcement agent. In '79, the bad guys I was chasing wore flip-flops.
Oh, you running, huh? What you got? What is that?
When I started, a 1 kilo grass bust was cause for celebration. Before long, we were seizing 60 kilos of coke a day. The hippies had been replaced by Colombians, and these guys didn't wear flip-flops. We were witnessing the formation of the famed Medellin cartel. There was Jose Rodriguez Gacha, the Ochoa brothers, and last but not least, Pablo Escobar. Before long, the Narcos were pulling in $5 billion a year. And that, America couldn't take.
Whatever's going on here,
I'm in all the way.
I hope you know what that means.
In war, good and bad are relative concepts. This was my war.
Your party took money from Escobar.
Everyone took money. By the way, it's all American money. If there's one thing I've learned in the narco world, it's that life is more complicated than you think.
We had no idea what we were in for.
The trailer starts off with light, non-diegetic music with Escobar, one of the most infamous criminals ever, and also the wealthiest criminal to ever been in existence. It starts off with the voice of Steve Murphy, the main protagonist of the crime series, and he talks about how Escobar started out raised in a poor family in a poor country to become so rich that he couldn't even count his major wealth. The series is based on true events of Pablo Escobar, Colombia's most feared criminal and the creator of a huge empire run drug trade, more specifically cocaine, exported into the US. We then hear Escobar say silver or lead to show border control that he means business, meaning that they should either take the bribe or be shot, showing how forceful he is in the means that he does and how he does his business. This shows how powerful he is and how much authority he has, as even the law can't stop him in this case. We then hear Steve Murphy introduce himself, and he establishes shots set the scene of where he used to work, in the sunny beaches on American soil, with the text of 1979 appearing, and then 5 years later, 1984, when he's deployed in Colombia to tackle the drug trade. After he states how the criminals that he chased wore flip-flops, and a bust a kilo of marijuana was something to celebrate, he then talks about how chasing Colombians and all the members of the Medellin cartel and how they make so much money and how they must be stopped. In the trailer, it's clear to see the cat and mouse chase that is taking place between American authorities and the cartel. The series is so great to watch, and it's where I got my main idea for a crime empire from, because Pablo Escobar creates such a great empire, and it shows how much power he's got in the series, because he's so different and he's such a wealthy and mysterious figure because he's so powerful and he can kill anyone on demand. The trailer shows all of the best scenes without revealing too much, and I really like how most of the scenes are shot in Colombia, and the protagonist Steve talks about the most shocking scenes of Escobar and all the members of the cartel. The trailer music picks up to a dramatic, fast-paced piece, just like the series, with the trailer showing so many shocking scenes that the viewers are left stunned, and the props are so extravagant, with a lot of cocaine, guns and mansions seen in the trailer. The setting makes it even more dramatic. A wide-open landscape in a country riddled by drugs, crime and corruption can lead to so many different opportunities for the cartel to take place, as the cartel can do so much and they have so much authority, and it almost leads to Pablo Escobar being stated as the president of Colombia in the actual trailer, and also in the series. The trailer reflects the full-length series, with lots of dramatic scenes and death. The series is a must-watch, and the trailer shows the personality of Pablo Escobar extremely well, and the events that take place in the series make Escobar look even more frightening and unpredictable, and it also shows how different the characters are, because the protagonists are just small-time Americans, but the antagonist is such a wealthy and also powerful figure because he has so many people working for him, and it's almost as if it's a one-man army versus two small detectives that are living in Colombia. Thank you for watching my trailer analysis video, and I hope you look out for more videos in the coming days and weeks. Thank you for watching.